right, guys, welcome back to another video. We have tons of news to end off this week on this Friday show. We have lots of the rumors going around, which I'm sure a lot of you have already seen, about games going to different platforms, Xbox games, games that were PlayStation console exclusives. Plus, there's actually a ton of other interesting stuff happening within the video game industry, so it should be a long but interesting show to end off this week. But before we do continue, if you do like daily gaming news and daily gaming content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Check out the Spotify link is in the description if you want the audio version. And yeah, help the channel grow. Spread the video around if you think it's worthy of being spread around. But we will start off here and we will talk about Final Fantasy 16 potentially coming over to Xbox. We know Final Fantasy 16 launched as a console exclusive to the PlayStation 5. It looks like it is coming to PC as well. It is one of those games that Square Enix, in their financial reports and just in their overall evaluation of the game, have been disappointed in its overall performance. And one of those main things is because it has not been out on every single platform. But going forward, Square Enix is going to be stepping away from those console exclusive deals with PlayStation. And we've also seen Xbox grow their relationship with Square Enix with games like Final Fantasy 14 coming out. So I would not be surprised if we start to see a lot more of the stuff that was previously missing Xbox landing on the Xbox platform. And it looks like Final Fantasy 16 is going to be one of those games at some point. We don't know exactly when, but at some point it looks like it is going to be coming over. This comes via the leaker and insider on Reset Era, Nate Drake, responding here to people asking whether Final Fantasy is going to be coming onto Xbox. So Velgo on Reset Era says, if more Xbox games are going over, I think it's only fair Final Fantasy comes back in. I've already played them on PS5, but it's not fair when Xbox is losing exclusives and all the fans want in return is Final Fantasy 16. And Nate Drake responds to this saying Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox is going to happen, just waiting for Square to announce it. So whenever that announcement it comes, that's what people are waiting for. Again, we don't know when that is going to be. We know that their exclusivity is ending relatively soon, I would think, and we know that the game is coming to PC. So at that point, you would think that they would also just want to port it over to Xbox and get more sales and help improve the overall performance of the game itself. Now, Final Fantasy 16 is one of those games that I've been wanting to play. I played the demo. I enjoyed it. I bought it on PlayStation 5. I just never opened it and I never played it. In fact, I'm actually just going to return it now that this rumor is out, because I'd much rather play it on Xbox to get the achievements, as it is my main platform. And I'll wait now at this point with my huge back catalog until Square Enix finally does announce it for Xbox. So that is one of those games. Was a console exclusive. Everyone is talking about now coming over to Xbox. And then we have another continuation of the Xbox rumors about more of the Xbox games going over to PlayStation. Right now, a lot of people are speculating that a big game is going to be announced for PlayStation soon. And a lot of people are thinking it's going to be Forza Horizon 5, except here for Jez Corden, who doesn't think it is going to be the game. So we have this rumor here from Shinobi on Reset Era, Shinobi 602, who of course very reliable, generally gets a lot of things right. And someone tweets or asked this on Reset Era, I wonder when the next round of Porta games are coming in regards to the Xbox games. We know more games are coming over from Xbox to PlayStation. They were very clear on that with their business update. They were going to evaluate the first 4 games, see how those did, and then they were going to continue making more decisions going forward. And if you sit back and you look at what happened, the live service games as a service games did well. The single player experiences did not do well. So that would probably point towards more live service games going over, unless they are maybe thinking Hellblade 2. They want to get more sales out of that and see if people on PlayStation would buy that, because the previous one was on PlayStation. But Shinobi responds to that saying, what are you doing next week? And this person responds and says, guess Killer Instinct is one of them. I'm assuming it's multiple. And he says, I don't know about multiple, but a big one at least. So he is saying here, specifically in regards to Xbox games going over to PlayStation, that a singular big game is going to be announced next week, which would be Gamescom. We're hearing about some of the games that they are going to be showing off there. You would think it is games as a service, probably like a Forza or something going over to the PlayStation platform. But Jez Corden here It says this regarding the rumor of another Xbox game to PlayStation. I could see it happening someday, but this time around, it ain't Forza being announced next week at least. I don't know what it is though right now, investigating. And I don't think he has discovered what that game is yet, but he believes that next week it's not going to be Forza that is going to be announced for Xbox. So it's all up in the air, and everyone is like losing their minds as they did when we had the Starfield rumors and everything. And at the end of the day, we know Xbox's strategy. It does not matter if they put more games onto PlayStation. People are going to get Forza Horizon 5, which is a phenomenal game. It creates more players in the game, more people to play with. They're getting it like 3 years after its release, and it makes Game Pass and Xbox be able to grow, give more games to the Xbox ecosystem. I mean, that's where I've really always stood on this entire thing. It does not matter. If you're on Xbox, you're still getting all these games, and you're going to get more games because they're going to be taking more money, and you don't lose anything because someone on PlayStation gets to play another game. But you see all of the craziness surrounding this, and we'll see what game it is. I mean, maybe it could all be false rumors. Remember what happened with Starfield. We're still waiting for that Starfield announcement to come to PlayStation 5. I'm not saying it will never happen, but when the rumors first started way back, it was all kicked off by Starfield, and that never did come to fruition. So just everyone needs to relax until, again, Xbox makes that final decision and that final announcement for what games they're going to be bringing over. At this point in the video game industry, if you are still console warring over a singular plastic box, I don't think you're paying attention to what's happening, not just at Xbox, but to PlayStation as well, and just to the overall industry, where it's now about the services, the ecosystem, getting as many people to play no matter where they are at. I guess unless you are Nintendo, who is in a completely different league of their own. But we'll see what happens here, and if a big announcement does come at Gamescom. Now, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is going to be obviously massive when it does launch across, again, all of the platforms that it is on. We got some updates here as to what we can expect for Call of Duty leading up to the actual launch of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. They put out this roadmap, and here is what's coming up. On August 21st, they're reorganizing game content. They say the first big update is part of the Season 5 Reloaded rollout, and new tech and a reorganization of data is happening to prepare for the Black Ops 6 beta and launch. August 30th will be the open beta for the game, which I'm pretty excited to jump in and play that. It'll be the first time now where everyone gets to play it together. Everyone's jumping in. It's not going to be 1 week, one platform, and another week, another platform, which is one of the big benefits that Xbox having Call of Duty now has brought to the game. Then mid-October, there is a new user interface that they are going to be implementing. They say the final preparation for Black Ops 6 launch, there's an introduction to a new user interface and remaining updates as we head into the launch. October 25th is the launch of the game, and then Season 1 starts after that. Now, we also got a first look here at what the new UI is going to look like, and it looks pretty nice if you ask me. I mean, here it is. This is the video of it. You can just kind of see what they're doing here. You got your zombies, you got your Black Ops 6 and your Warzone all there. And then under that, you have all the things you've like last played and what's hot and everything. So there's going to be so much content here, but this is the first look here at Black Ops 6, as well as you get a quick look at just the UI as you're going into the game. It is pretty similar to Modern Warfare 3, and you get a quick look here at the first gameplay, I guess you could say, of a multiplayer from Call of Duty themselves, from Activision, not from all of the leaks that we've seen from the jailbroken PlayStation 4s. But I'm pretty excited for Black Ops 6. I think it's going to be really cool. From what we've seen from the Omni movement from those leaks, it looks like it is a nice upgrade to the system, a nice evolution to Call of Duty. All right, jumping over here, just a quick update for NVIDIA GeForce Now, and now a first-party Xbox game, World of Warcraft, and the fact that they are now allowing mods over to the cloud. So this says here, NVIDIA has partnered up with modding repository CurseForge to support 25 of the most popular World of Warcraft add-ons, including options for UI customization, combat, action bars, and quest helpers. They say here for the ultimate and priority subscribers of the cloud streaming service. So if you're playing World of Warcraft, you're playing it through NVIDIA GeForce Now, and you want to access these mods, you will now be able to. And then we have this, and this one's kind of interesting to see if this is going to evolve into anything more. But it looks like Windows games are starting to show up on the Xbox store. Now, it does say here you can't download them or install them, but they are appearing in certain sections of the store on the Xbox consoles. You can see here, going through, it has the game, and then beside it, it does say Windows or Windows 10 or whatever, depending on the platform of the game itself. And maybe this is the start of continuing that integration of getting every single game that you own within your own Xbox ecosystem. So in the future, when you do have the different consoles, you have the console, you have the handheld and things like that, and or you play on PC, you're going to be able to download everything in one place. One of the most annoying things that I find right now with Xbox in the ecosystem, and I'm really hoping in behind the scenes they are working on getting this fixed, and I feel like they would be, is just there's still cohesion that isn't fully there between PC and the console. Like when you have PC launchers for certain games, especially even with the Activision Blizzard games, and it's a different version of the game versus the console version of the game. If you're wanting to continue your progress on some of those games on PC, you have to do it through the cloud so you can get the console version of it. So I hope that's kind of stuff that all gets worked out. And if you can seamlessly hop between every single game between Xbox and PC, that would be great. I mean, they do a good job in general. Most of them you can, but there's still a little bit of that stuff that needs to be worked out. And maybe this is kind of signaling them going forward with that. Now, Age of Empires, they are expanding this game out to mobile itself, a direct mobile game. And this, now we have a launch date of October 17th, 2024. I feel like perfect game, honestly, to go on mobile. It makes sense. It will be able to fit there easily with the graphics and everything. To me, it's going to be, how are the controls working? I mean, with touching, I'm not a big fan of mobile games whatsoever, especially with touch controls. But with a game like this, I feel like touch controls could probably add ease of use to it if you're just able to drag around for exactly what you want. I will definitely be downloading Age of Empires Mobile, seeing how it works, and just what the difference is between that and obviously the official games on PC and on console, and if there's any linkage here between the mobile and the main games. Dragon Age. We know Dragon Age, we were getting the release date today, or yesterday, I should say. You're getting it from me today, and that is that it is going to be on October 31st, 2024. They put out a new launch trailer and everything, and I mean, it looks good to me. Right now, my fingers are crossed that this is kind of like a rejuvenation of BioWare. They come back with a game that hits and a lot of people love and critically acclaimed and all that stuff. And BioWare is back on track, because I think for a lot of people, they have really fallen off. But here we go, starting October 31st, Halloween, you're going to be able to jump in and play the game itself. Again, go check out that trailer where you can see just some more about the game itself. So it looks impressive to me. I'm pretty excited for it. It is launching Series XS, Windows PC, and PlayStation 5. I believe if you're on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you are going to get that 10-hour trial for it with the EA Play that you do get with the service. So make sure to keep your eyes out on that if you want to try the game before you go ahead and purchase it. All right, let's jump over here. Let's talk this. We know Final Fantasy, they like to do their remakes. They've been doing 7, and there's some more games in the rumors, and it looks like maybe Final Fantasy 13 could be getting a remake, unless this was just kind of some conjecture and just some joking around on X that was happening here. But Square Enix tweets this out and say, apparently our Moogle stance was a hot take, and we still stand by it. And what they said here is, what is your hottest take or unpopular opinion on a Final Fantasy game? Then you have Alex Mukala here, who responds, and a pretty big account here, 167.8k subscribers or followers on X, and composer for games and movie trailers and YouTuber. And he says, before any other Final Fantasy title gets a remake, Final Fantasy 13 needs a remaster. And then Square Enix responds to him saying, any reason for a remaster instead of a remake? Which, maybe they're just saying that. Maybe they're just kind of creating conversation here, trying to create engagement around the post, but they could also be hinting that this is something that they are thinking about, or at least working on going forward for the future of remakes of Final Fantasy games. And in fact, Alex responds here and says, I suspect the Final Fantasy titles that deserve a remake and that would also allow the devs more creative agency are much older ones, like 1 to 10. So much has changed since then. And Final Fantasy 13 looks stunning to this day, and its gameplay systems are still somewhat modern. It'd just be awesome to have a way to play it on the PS5. It goes on here to say, if it's going to be anything like Final Fantasy 12, a reissue of the game would surely grab the attention of the countless people who have been sleeping on it. It may be a divisive set of games, but there's plenty of good in Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. So, I mean, I agree with that. It's still pretty modern. It probably does not need a remake with the older Final Fantasy games out there. That would need one way more than this, but we'll see if this is one of those games they're going to try to bring out. It is divisive, so I don't know how much people would actually want it, but we'll see if that is something that does happen in the future. Now, we were talking, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, about Legacy of Kain and potentially that coming back. And we did get an announcement. It is coming back, but probably not what people wanted or really expected. They are releasing the Legacy of Kain collection, and they are releasing it on the Evercade. If you don't know anything about the Evercade, it is a handheld console, has like older style games on it, uses actual cartridges to play games. It's actually a pretty cool device, but this is the Legacy of Kain announcement and release that potentially everyone was talking about that could have happened. It says here, the Legacy of Kain collection announced for Evercade includes Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, and Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. $25. Pre-orders open August 30th, and it is out September 2024. You can see has like the retro style of case and the cartridge, and then here are the games and how they are going to look. So if you love Legacy of Kain, you're going to have to pick up an Evercade device here if you do want to check it out and play this most recent release. If you're looking forward to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it has officially been delayed until February. This isn't really that surprising, to be completely honest, but they did put this out. A message from Warhorse Studios: the official release date for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is February 11th, 2025. It's a long wait, but we have a lot to show you between now and the release, starting with 20 plus minutes of a gameplay showcase at Gamescom 2024. So you're going to see more next week. Collector's Edition reveal, previews from the press and from creators. So delayed to 2025, especially with the amount of games coming out between now and the end of the year. Absolutely fine with that. I think it's actually a good decision. Give it a little bit of space so that it can breathe, so that it's not going to be drowned by everything else that's coming out. More popular games that have a bigger fan base, and they aren't as niche as a game like Kingdom Come Deliverance. So I think that is a smart move. And finally, we will end off here. I don't know too much about this game, but a lot of people are hyping it up and thinking that this is an awesome release. And I think it's cool whenever PlayStation Plus or Xbox gets day one third-party games into the service. And PlayStation Plus is getting one here. It's the Plucky Squire, launches September 17th. They say here, day one on PlayStation Plus's game catalog. So they are getting some more third-party day one games. PlayStation is going to absolutely ramp up their efforts to make PlayStation Plus more competitive with Xbox Game Pass. You can see it when they talk about their financials, where that is the thing that is helping them grow right now. That's where they are moving. We're going to see a lot more day one stuff coming into PlayStation Plus in the future. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. We'll be right back.